What's up everyone? Welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to show you guys how I dye my hair at home using Madison Reed. So first of all, I've been dyeing my hair using boxed hair dyes, salon hair dyes, whatever it is forever now. Like I literally can't tell you the last time I went to a salon to actually get my hair dye. So what's great about Madison Reed is this kit right here comes with everything you need to just easily dye your hair at home. It comes with cleansing wipes, a barrier cream, the shampoo and conditioner, the color, even a cap, you guys. So literally everything you need, and this is so simple. And what I love about Madison Reed is this is all salon quality ingredients. So it's not gonna mess up your hair like a traditional box dye that you'd get from Target or anything like that. So let's just get started. So here's what my hair looks like right now. This is kind of my natural color, but you can tell it just looks kind of dull and lifeless. So I'm going in with this color right here. Actually, what color am I using? So the color that I'll be using is called Postiano Black. So it's not like a super black color. It's like a few shades below that. But Madison Reed has a ton of shades. And if you don't know what your exact shade is, you can actually go online. It's really cool. You actually take this little short, kind of like an online test, and it will ask you a few questions about your hair type, your hair color, and that kind of thing. And then it will give you your perfect color for you. But if you don't like that color, they have a ton of other colors that you can choose from. So anyways, let's go ahead and get started. It's actually been a while since I've dyed my hair, but it's so easy and convenient, especially with quarantine right now. I know a lot of us can't even go out to a hair salon. So if you're one of those people who you just wanna touch up your color, maybe even just your root color, touch up your grays or anything like that, this is for you. Okay, so I'm gonna start by actually just mixing the dye. I have everything out in front of me, but I have not mixed the dye. So you get the developer and then the color. So it comes like this. So you just open this up, open up your color, poke a little hole in it, Shazam, and then just pour this right into this bottle. All right, you guys, this just in. I realized I pronounced the color wrong because I do that quite often. So I don't even know what I said, but that's not what it is. It's called, what's it called?
Positano.
Positano. So all of Madison Reed's colors are inspired by Italy. Like that's where they go to get their colors. So it's an Italian word. So shout out to Haley for letting me know how to pronounce it. Wait, say it again.
Positano.
Positano. So my color is Positano Black. It looks like that. Positano. Were you gonna pull it up on Google or something? I did.
Positano.
Positano. Was that the right accent? That sounded like more like a British accent. Positano. Yeah, like pasta, Italy, Positano, Pastiano. Okay, so once you have all of this into this, shake it up. Shake it up until it's like super mixed. It's like kind of like a shake weight. It's actually good exercise. All right, so I'm just gonna give my hair a quick brush just to make sure I don't have any tangles or knots or anything. And yes, my hair is a little greasy, but I have learned allegedly that doesn't matter. If that's wrong, let me know in the comments below, but hairstylist told me it's fine. So before I do anything, I'm just gonna get my hair out of the way here. One of my favorite products from this kit is this right here. It's their barrier cream. So what you do, open it up, and it's literally just like a cream that you use like around the edges of your forehead, maybe on your ears, anywhere that you would get hair dye, and this will help it not stain at all. So especially when you're doing your hair by yourself at home, this is so helpful because I tend to get it around my hairline, especially my ears. I don't know why, but it gets all over the place sometimes. So load up on this barrier cream, and they also have a cleansing wipe as well. So I'll use this afterwards just to clean anything up. I'm also gonna hit the back of my neck with this barrier cream as well. All right, so once the barrier cream is on, I'm going to just section off my hair. My hair is pretty thin, so I don't have to do a lot of sections. I know it probably looks like I kind of have a lot in this angle, but it's so thin and fine. So I'm gonna just maybe start with like this top chunk right here. And then I'm just going to clip everything else back out of the way. And then of course, what am I thinking? I need my gloves, you guys. Pop on my gloves. And if you have like one of those, I used to go to Sally's Beauty Supply all the time. That's where I used to get my hair dye before I started using Madison Reed like 3 years ago. But if you have one of those like hair dye brushes, that could be super helpful as well, but totally not necessary. Okay, so I have my chunk right here. So I'm just gonna start with this chunk right here and leave the rest on that side. Okay, so I usually start by kind of saturating the root. I'll flip up and do this side as well. And then I will just start dragging the hair dye all the way down to the ends. And then I'll usually just put it in my hand just to make it easy and less messy. And just continue all the way down to the end. And I'll just continue this with my whole head. So once this piece is done, I'll kind of just throw it back to the side, grab another little chunk like this, and literally just continue this all the way on this top layer. Again, hit the underneath of the root. Just make sure that's spreading nice and evenly. And I will focus more on the front of my hair as well, just because that's what you see the most, especially like these pieces right here. So just make sure those are coated really well. And I go through just one bottle of this hair dye, but if you have much thicker hair than mine, or if it's a lot longer, you may need to get 2 kits, but these kits are super, super inexpensive. You can get them online. Ulta has them as well, and I do have a code, so I'll just insert that code right here if you want to save some money. Do you guys see Meeks right there? It's one of my friend's dogs. I'm actually house sitting for her. Look how cute he is. He's a little husky. Hi, Meeks. His name's Miko. Hi, Miko. Anyway, so I have this first little chunk done. So I've just kind of been saturating a little bit. So once I have a chunk done, I kind of just, there's Haley. Oh, they're so cute. Just do a little bun at the top of my head. My hair usually just stays like this. But if you need to clip it or do anything like that, use a hair tie, boom. So I'm gonna kind of move on with the rest of my hair. I guess I meant to do this whole section, but I didn't. So I'm just gonna pull these 2 sections right here. I look real cute. And then again, just take the rest of my hair. It's not a lot left. Honestly, my hair is so thin, it's insane. So now I'm gonna work on these pieces right now. So literally just the same thing. Going with the hair dye, kind of hit the root area, drag that down. Super easy, you guys. Okay, so I just finished my little side chunk. So again, I'm just gonna, boom, wrap it right around my middle bun. So I basically have my whole, what's it called? My whole top section, my half of my head. Is that what I'm trying to say? Half of my head is complete at this point. So I have about this much left, which is not that much. So I'm probably gonna just do a couple other sections. So maybe about half of this or so. Take this, the rest of this is gonna get clipped back. And usually when I'm doing the back part, this is where it can kind of be tricky for some, because obviously you can't see as well as you can when you're doing the front. So what I'll do is I'll just take the dye and I'll kind of just do like this. All over. I don't know. Can you guys see me? Am I in my frame?
Yeah.
So I'll just do this, like all up in those roots. Boom. I don't even know how much product's coming. I don't know if you can even hear me back there, but this is happening. So I'll kind of just like do like that and get all of the roots saturated first. And then I'll kind of just take pieces. Maybe about that. So you kind of know at this point, I mean, I don't know how good I got it on camera because I was just trying to show you guys, but at this point you kind of know that most of that root right there is saturated, which is super important. And then you can just pull pieces over to the side and start dyeing them. My hair is actually getting really long. Cass, where you at? I think I need to trim soon. Okay, so again, same exact process. Just grab a little bit in my hand and just work that dye all the way down, and make sure you're really getting it incorporated into those hairs, because sometimes the little in-between hairs can be missed. So I kind of almost separate the hairs a little bit and just make sure everything is nice and saturated. So just a quick pro tip, you might be wondering why I don't just like squeeze the dye onto the hair. You can totally do that, but I find when I do that, it drips everywhere. So that's why I just put it in my hand, and I find that just works so much easier for me. Learned that over a lot of trial and error. And by the way, you can kind of see a little bit of hair dye on me. How did it get underneath my brow? Not sure, but it happened. But I'll show you how to clean that up with the what is it called? The cleansing wipe in just a minute. All right, so I'm gonna start working on my very last layer. I have hair dye here too. See, it just happens. It's fine though, we'll get rid of it. So I'm gonna do the same thing where I'm just gonna kind of go in with the hair dye, all saturating the roots. I also will lift up the hair and hit the back side of my roots. I hope you guys were able to see that, but if not, I'm sure you kind of catch my drift. So I'm gonna just saturate those roots, and then I don't really have a lot of hair left, so I'll probably just split it into 2 sections. And same thing, you guys. Okay, so I just finished my whole head, and quite honestly, I feel like that took me, how long did that take me? Like 10, 15 minutes? Not very long at all, you guys. So don't be scared to do your own hair at home. And like I said, this is salon quality, so it's not going to damage your hair. It's not going to strip your hair. It's made with really, really, really great ingredients. So I know there's probably some hairstylists out there right now. They're like, don't use box dye. But this is legit. So anyways, once I'm done, I take my hair all down, and I still have a little bit of hair dye left in here, and I do not want that to go to waste. So I'm just going to basically run some of that hair dye just through my roots, just make sure everything is nice and saturated. I usually put a ton on my ends just to make sure my ends are covered, and then just incorporate that in and rub that all throughout my head before I let it sit for about 20-30 minutes. It's almost like I'm washing my hair. Kind of just really get in there. All right, so I'm feeling pretty confident that every single strand of my hair is nice and saturated. So I'm just gonna gather it all up the top of my head, do a little bun. I actually have a clip, so I'm gonna clip it too. And then, oh, I got a piece of hair somewhere. Another great thing about this kit is it actually comes with a hair cap. Okay, so while I'm letting this set for a while, I'm gonna show you how to use this cleansing wipe. So see all these little dots of hair dye? Boom. They literally just go right away. And especially since we had the barrier cream around our forehead and everything, even easier cleanup. Got it down here as well. So this little wipe is so helpful. If you got anything like on your countertops or anything like that, I usually lay down a towel so I don't make a mess, but this will work basically on anything. I got some on my arm. How did it get here? Not sure. This is what happens. It's on my nose. You guys, it's crazy. But look how good this wipe works. It literally just gets rid of it in 2 seconds. Okay, so another thing I'm gonna do is dye my eyebrows. I do this every single time I dye my brows, and it's such a life-changing hack for me, especially because my brows are so thin. So you can use a little Q-tip. I also have this little spoolie and just like makeup brush. So what I'll do is just brush up my brows and then just take a little bit of that hair dye and very, very carefully and very lightly fill in my brows as well. I really wish that like companies, or Madison Reed, maybe if you're watching this, I really wish there was just like eyebrow hair dye, because I feel like this is such a good hack and it makes my eyebrows look so good and just like filled in, and I love the look of it. But I can only do it like when I'm dyeing my hair, because I'm not gonna just open a whole thing of dye for my brows, you know what I mean? So let me know if you guys have any hacks out there if you dye your brows. All right, you guys, so here is the final result. I love the way that this turned out. Honestly, this Madison Reed hair dye kit is so easy to use. So if you've been stuck at home in quarantine or can't get to a salon or just want a less expensive alternative, just do your hair at home, honestly, check them out. I'll link them below. But I love the way this color turned out. My hair is nice and vibrant and refreshed. And honestly, it was so easy. It took me, what, 15 minutes, 20 minutes tops to do my whole head at home. And I love it. So if you guys like videos like this, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.